Hello and good day. This is Carla Michelle, your host of the Strong Women's Network podcast. This is a beautiful day. I am looking out of my window and I see mountains and I see palm trees and I hear cars because I'm on a main street down in our Old Town area here. And it's a beautiful day. It is the day after Grateful Day. And I wanted to take some time before the day got started and just drop in, as always, and talk about tools and equipment and in what is working. And I thought about that yesterday. I was our family. We were cooking, me and the kids, and all of the equipment and all of the tools that I have just to cook a meal. I have a roaster, the oven, the mixer, the blender, Instapot, the microwave. There's paper plates, there's forks and spoons and serving spoons and table decoration and candle lighting and the music and games and just even what I wear is just so much was put into one day. But the point is that the tools that I used are tools that I know that work. And how is that in life that we know how to use the tools that work more than we know how to use tools that work for cooking or whatever we need in our industry or whatever we do in our home or whatever we do in our relationships? We kind of know what works, right? But yet there's times where there are tools and resources that we keep in our life that no longer work for us, but yet we hold on to them, whether it was passed down. If you've not heard that story about a woman who cooked a ham every year and she would cut the butt of the ham off and stick it in the oven. So it was a tradition passed down from her grandmother, and with some research, it was found out the only reason why the grandmother chopped the butt of the ham off is so that it would fit in the only pan that she had at that time. But yet, everyone kept doing it because they thought that it was something that worked. But it was something that worked back then. It is not something that was necessary now. How many things in your life that used to work back then that no longer serve you? I also think about sushi, one of my favorite meals. I started with a fork. I moved to those trainers that you can put on your chopsticks, and then I use chopsticks by themselves now. The fork no longer serves me. I don't even ask for a fork. I can use chopstick for salad, and if I could for soup, I would, but I'm able to pick up the ginger, anything I want. Mix my soy sauce with that. I should know that hot stuff, but you know what it is. But I am able to use the chopsticks and find no need to go back to a fork. Ladies, gentlemen, you have moved out of a certain situation, but yet you're still using your old tools. You're still using your old equipment. Why? I have an oven, but I also have a roaster. The reason why I have a roaster because the oven will take time for a turkey of 3.5, 4 hours, where my roaster will cut it in half. That's why I got it. Because I wanted to, one, it frees up my oven to do other things, the macaroni and cheese, the sweet potatoes, the cornbread, whatever is going in there, the dressing or the stuffing. And that it frees up. So I have this roaster. One, it cooks faster. Two, it frees up my oven for other things. What are you missing that you need to change or adjust or utilize in your life? I talk about tools because these are the things that as we come in a place in the year, as we look into another year, as we look into changes in our life, as we look into employment or unemployment or business opportunities or shifting or pivoting or changing, whatever is coming to you or at you, you need to have your tools and you need to make adjustments accordingly. You should have just as much emotional, mental, financial tools as you do in your kitchen for those of you who cook, or you do if you do makeup, or whatever your skill set is. You should have just as many tools emotionally, mentally. So do some adjusting, do some digging and to see what doesn't work. That friend that you normally called or that family member that was your go-to, have you grown out of that? Is it something that helped you at one time, but because of the work that you've done, you've matured? Even a boyfriend or even a girlfriend that you've grown out of, but yet you still grown out of. You've grown out. You've grown. What's grown out of sounds so harsh, but you've excelled. You've matured. You've taken on a new mindset. You've gained some wisdom that puts you in another frame of mind, that that connection is not the same connection that you need to hold on to in that same way. It has to have some adjustment. Where are you with that? There is this thing that can sound kind of cruel for some, but it has served me in my years, is as it could be the end of the month, it could be the end of the year, it could be the end of the day. But what is not fitting, and does that mean, and then when I find out what's not fitting, then making a change that helps me move to the next step. Because if it's coming to me that something no longer fits, something no longer works, something no longer is necessary, it is my job, if it comes to me, that I make change. I make the change and the adjustment because this means that this is an open door that I need to walk through. This change means that it is time. That thing that I've been wanting, praying, believing for is on the other side of this. So, end of the year, end of the month, end of the day, check in and see what is working, what is not. I like to use the word what no longer serves you, the saying what no longer serves you. If it's not serving you anymore, it's time to make the adjustment. And some adjustments do not have to be suddenly. Some of them can take a little bit of time depending on what you're doing. And some of them have to be, you need to put that in play. You need to stop or you need to go in this area. So be sensitive. And how do you become sensitive? Many of us, we run through life and we never sit still to see. The journaling is a great way to stop, but many people don't feel the need to journal. But I tell you, even if it's driving in the car, if you're still driving around with nothing on and just allowing the thoughts to come up and then work through them, it's just allowing it to see the sense of what you're thinking. And is this the thing? You're some of you believe in manifestation and prayer, and things are um, that you'll never miss a trick, that nothing will pass you by. But how are you going to see that if you're never still, you're never quiet, and you never give it the opportunity to show itself and to speak to you? Because it's all things are always speaking to you, sometimes in song, sometimes what someone says to you, something that you read, something that just comes on from inside of you that you need to make some adjustments. Have those times. And then when you have those times, take some time. Take some time to figure it out. I read an article the other day and it talked about plan A and plan B. Some of us will do pros and cons when we're making a decision. And then this one introduced, excuse me, a plan C. Plan A is what it is. Plan B is what it is. But plan C, I like to say, for me, what it could be. What is my ideal situation? I am faced with this position, or I can take that position in a company. I can run my own business, or I can do a partnership with someone, or I can date this person or date that person. But plan C would be, what is my ideal? What is my ideal situation? And once I put that ideal situation together, is that feasible? Is that the thing I really want? Is a plan, that plan C? And if plan C beats out A and B, then that's that plan C I need to spend some time with and see how it grows and see if that's where I need to go. And plan A and B are out. So I would like to introduce to you a plan C option in your life. When you're sitting down, when you're quiet, when you're driving. Plan A, you have that. Plan B, you have that. But what about a plan C? What is the way that really fits you? And I have seen people have jobs created for them, positions created for them. I have seen, um, even in the dating realm, people share that they'd had these options but held out for lack of a better word, and saw their plan C come to pass. So we are not just stuck. We have to use the tools that can help us be true to who we are in the sense of creating the life that we know that we want. And we're not allowing old ways of doing things, old tools that no longer serve us, put us in a box. But yet, it's time to clean out the resources that no longer work for you. I beseech you, therefore, my brethren and my sisters, find out what is no longer serving you and clean the toolbox. Clean out the toolbox. Now, my dad, a long time ago, gave me a toolbox with a bunch of tools. Some of them, he went over them with me, so kind. And I still have that toolbox today. Some of those tools I really don't need because times have changed in the last 10 years and a lot of stuff I don't really need the tools he gave me. There's other things there. But yet, I keep them because he gave them to me and he's passed away this year. And that's sentimental. But I know I don't necessarily need them. So if you do have tools that you want to hold on to and you just know you don't need them, but you like to keep them around, I'll give you a pass. But as long as you know you no longer need them, they're not there for what you initially thought they would be used for. But you have new tools and new opportunities, up to date, state of the art type of things that you can reach to help you do better, help you have, excuse me, more, be at the level that you desire to be. So check your toolbox, check your equipment, use what works, give away, excuse me, to someone who does. Because just because you don't need it anymore, someone else may not even be aware of this tool or aware of this equipment. So you can always share it. But you got to know you are constantly growing. You're no longer in those little shoes as a baby that help you, keep your feet straight and give you some sturdiness when you walk around your ankle and your little toes. You moved up into the world. Now you're either wearing Jimmy Choos or whatever shoe guys wear, but you know, or you're wearing whatever shoe you prefer, but you're not doing it the same way anymore. You're not a baby anymore. You're doing it the grown up way. And there's some great things in store for you. So, on this great day, from my bed, you guys, I just recorded this from my bed. Yes, I think I have cooking so much hangover because I haven't cooked in so long. Don't tell anybody. So, it's still early here. I still got a full day, but I wanted to stop in and let you know. Check your equipment, check to see what works, get rid of what doesn't, utilize what does, know it, how to use it, know what your go tos are, and know why. All right? This is Carla Michelle signing off on the Strong Women's Network. It is such a pleasure and an honor to have this time with you. Please follow me on Instagram at Ms. Carla Michelle, MSCarlamicelle. Rate us, subscribe to this podcast. 5 stars is always great. They look at that and give us a nice little comment. You can ask some questions. You can always reach out to me. Their information are in the episode notes. And I wish you a great, great day with great opportunity, and that you fulfill every dream and desire that you ever thought or imagined in this day. All right. I will see you next time. Bye bye.